What's up, guys? How's it going? This is Kuro, and today we have another video discussion here today, and this is regarding recently we had a bunch of celebrations, a bunch of things going on, but particularly today we want to talk about the Final Fantasy 25th anniversary celebration, which just happened just a few days ago. I've been trying to make this video for a few days, but obviously with other channels that I have and everything, I just didn't have the time to do it and everything. So today, finally I get a chance to talk about my feelings about the whole 25th anniversary. This is not a recap per se or anything like that. I will be talking about individually the announcement and everything, but I want to say this celebration was really good, and I'm gonna kind of compare it to something else, which is the Persona 25th anniversary. As some of you guys may know, I do have a Persona channel, basically where I just talk about Persona, JRPGs in general, all that kind of stuff. And this is kind of the other channel that I do where I just talk about pretty much everything gaming related. And I'm not sure how good this video is gonna do in the other channel, so yeah, anyway, that's why I'm doing it here. But 25th anniversary for Final Fantasy was pretty neat because they announced the thing. They said like, hey, we're gonna celebrate it, we're gonna announce stuff in this date, and that's pretty much it. Like, I love when companies do not drag it for too long. Persona, for example, the 25th anniversary was announced last year, and supposedly it was going to be a series of announcements like every other month, you know, they were going to drop something. And honestly, it was super underwhelming for a lot of different reasons, and made videos about it. But in case you don't know and you're more in the Final Fantasy kind of stuff, they were just dropping kind of like merch and like stuff, but like they were making a big deal out of it. Like, it was like a big video announcement, and I think literally just merch or some festival in Japan or things like that. So it was kind of very underwhelming. It wasn't until literally like 2 weeks ago or like a week ago where they literally just announced Persona 3, 4, and 5 kind of coming to Xbox and PlayStation and PC. So that was like really awesome. But comparing this to the Final Fantasy celebration, the 25th anniversary, which was literally just a video of like about literally like 18 minutes or so, 20 minutes, and basically it was a fairly straightforward thing. Dude came out on screen, just kind of talk about Final Fantasy, and literally first announcement, Final Fantasy coming to Steam. It was already on PC, Final Fantasy VII Remake, but it was under Epic contract and everything, so it's kind of cool to see it outside of Epic. And a lot of people have like their own opinions about it and literally won't buy from Epic, so pretty cool stuff. I think it's a great announcement, and that was a really good way to kind of set the standard of like, hey, we have announcements, like we have things to show and everything. So that was really cool. And of course they did show some merch, but it wasn't like, it didn't take like long. It was really like 2 minutes of just merch and everything. Then jumped into a bunch of other things like the mobile games, the 2 mobile games that they're working on, one which is already out, which more content for it, and then something else. And then of course we had the big announcement for Final Fantasy VII being Crisis Core Remaster, called guys, the name just escaped my mind just now, and this remaster looks really good. I think that's one of those things where like I really wanted to see this remaster happen because I'm a big fan of the Crisis Core. I think it's a great game. It does some pretty interesting, neat things. Reunion, that's what it's called, Reunion, and it is one of the very first like hack and slash action type Final Fantasies that they ever made. So kind of seeing that after seeing it on the PSP, now seeing it on like full HD, and like they did reward the graphics and everything, I think it looks really good. It's very impressive. And the other thing that they announced is the Final Fantasy Rebirth, which is part 2 of the Final Fantasy remake. So overall, I want to say these announcements were really good. They were really well done. Literally everything that people wanted to see, from a Crisis Core remaster to coming to Steam to the part 2, which is literally the big announcement. Everything was just really well paced. It was, at no point was I like, oh man, this shit is dragging so long and everything like that. Honestly, such a good announcement. I think they did such a good job with like all of this stuff. Now, not only did they do this, we also had recently, about like a week or 2 ago, 2 weeks ago, they had the PlayStation presentation where they announced more information on a release window for Final Fantasy XVI. I want to give props to Square Enix, although I am famously not the most friendly person when it comes to Square Enix. I do have my love-hate relationship with them, but I want to give them props for this too, because comparing this to how badly they have managed other stuff with, for example, Square Enix themselves has done a lot of blunders with like their other properties, like the Marvel thing, for example, was pretty crap. They've done a lot of like blunders like the last few weeks, or not weeks. I'm sorry, the last few years. That are kind of like they do some good stuff and they do some pretty horrendous stuff once in a while. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do next. To be honest, like are they gonna follow through with this? And then we have Kingdom Hearts 4 as well. Honestly, they just have between this and that. It's such a heavy hitting like next 2-3 years. I'm gonna be like really good stuff. Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts. I think like fans of those things at least can see like, yeah, this is really good stuff coming. And at least it's not just like hoping. Like the fact that they have announced it already kind of does make me feel like, yeah, the stuff is not just coming, but it's already kind of here, right? So anyway, that's pretty much it today, guys. Just kind of talking about my feelings about this. Really good stuff so far. Again, I wanted to give props to them because as much as I'm not a fan sometimes, I'm a fan, but I'm a fan that also kind of gives them some criticism when I do shit they shouldn't be doing or that's on. But anyway, thanks so much for watching this, guys. Like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about the Final Fantasy few announcements and everything. I saw some people that are kind of not liking the way what they announced so far, but mostly I feel like it's pretty positive so far. Like most people do like what they are seeing here. So anyway, let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.